Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at my veteran run in the Fossil Cup. Today we're going to take a look at a pretty cool team that is not that unique. I don't know, I haven't seen anybody else use it. I actually went on YouTube and looked for Ferrothorn team because I want to make a team around Ferrothorn. And I didn't find anything, so I came up with my Quagsire here, and my Quagsire has a special job in this team, because Quagsire actually has access to Stone Edge. You're gonna be able to bait out the Palipar while still hitting this super effective with the Stone Edge, which is really cool. The problem is you need like just a tiny bit more damage to actually threaten a Palipar. Like, it will not one-shot it yet. So if I had a Shadow version of the Quagsire, I think this team would have been even way better, because the Shadow version would allow several more KOs. I think also like Earthquake against Swampert would KO, and there are like some more other things where actually this would be really decent. But sadly, sadly we don't have the Shadow version here. I would be able to build one, but I want to save my Stardust for the time when we're actually gonna get new Pokemon that I want to try out and test out immediately. Well, there's mostly gonna be a break for me at the start of the next month as I'm in Berlin. I think we're gonna get new Pokemon just there, which gonna be not that cool, but I hope we're gonna, like, most likely we're gonna have an event prior, hopefully. But we definitely got like Shaman Skyform during the Go Fest in Berlin, and we're also gonna get most likely gonna get another Ultra Beast there, I would say. So like, I'm most likely not gonna be able to showcase it while I'm there, but I will showcase it afterwards. So there might be like a break. I'm not showcasing new stuff immediately, even though I'm at the Go Fest. But I think you can definitely handle it. As we're gonna see here now, SCAF against our Swampert, we're gonna be able to go for one Hydro Cannon, and we're gonna be able to get a shield from this thing. And hopefully they don't go for the Acid Spray. They went for the Acid Spray here, and we sadly now can only go for one Hydro Cannon. I hope my opponent throws against me. I don't think we can get to another one in time, and we actually can. Swampert is just broken. This is actually like the thing with this team. When I started using it, I just played my Rampardos team, which you see tomorrow, spoiler alert. So I tanked a little bit, and I was at like 2200 or whatever, and I went on an 11 game win streak with this team to hit veteran as well, which is kind of nice, because just like, you start off with a new team that you haven't played before, and then you just get such a nice run with it, 11 game win streak. And also like afterwards I played like several sets with this, and it worked out really well. I switched it out later for the tactical team, which also came out like recently, where he had a fast move damage only team basically, with Razor Leaf, Ludicolo, Bite, Sharpedo, and the Morwell in the lead. I use this not because it's really a good team, to be honest, like nothing against them or whatever. It's just like a very fast team. Like it still worked out pretty okay-ish. Like I think I went like 50-50 with this team, so it wasn't bad or whatever. But of course, like it's like really RPS. Like there were like several games where I just quit out of just 10 seconds because I know my opponent completely hardwalls me, because it's like the first team that I showcased, for example, completely hardwalls the team that I used afterwards. So the games just went quick, and this was like the main objective of the team, I think, in general, and it helped out a lot in general as well, because I didn't really want to bother playing too much during the Go Battle Day, especially as we're currently as well still in the Go Battle Day, and I wanted to commentate some videos, especially during 30 degrees right now outside. Is it also so hot for you guys? Like, I'm sweating here right now. Luckily I don't have a face cam. But we see the Wishcast against us here, which is nice. We see the Quagsire coming against the SCAF. I'm not always sure what I want to run here. If they run the Acid Spray, I think SCAF can win the match up against Swampert. If they don't run the Acid Spray, it's gonna be awkward. I don't know. I should have went most likely into the Swampert here. I think it was a slight mistake. But our Quagsire is still gonna get to once more Stone Edge here, which gonna be amazing, as we're gonna be able to put him down, and we also gonna die at the same time as they do. And we're gonna go into our Swampert now, hoping that they have something weak against us on the back, and it's gonna be the Ferrothorn, but we're gonna be able to catch the Power Whip here. Power Whip is horrible against Ferrothorn as it's double resisted. If they went for the Thunder, Thunder would still at least do some damage. Thunder is the preferred moveset. Speaking of going for a horrible move, we have the Thunder now against the Wishcast. What is going on here right now? We can go for one more Power Whip, which should give us a nice shield advantage here, because they're gonna shield up. And we're gonna let this move go through, because my main objective for this match particular is that I'm gonna keep. I should have let this go, to be honest. I should have let this go. I would have survived another one anyway. But the main objective is now to basically get rid of the energy of my opponent's Ferrothorn and sweep this thing with one Earthquake from my Shadow Swampert. This is like the amazing thing about Earthquake on Shadow Swampert. It doesn't matter if it's a grass type or not. Of course, it's a steel type that makes it neutral. But like the Earthquake just gonna do so much damage here. And I would just overfarm just in case if I need another Hydro Cannon. But this is definitely easily enough. Bulky Ferrothorn cannot take a single move there easily. We're gonna see the Wishcast against us. We see the Ferrothorn coming in here. This was a horrible switch by me. Like, why did I swap into my Swampert against the Ferrothorn? I don't know. Don't ask me, please. I have literally no idea what I did in this game. I really, I don't know, like this was like immediately in the morning. I don't know what I did there, to be honest. Definitely don't swap your Swampert into a Ferrothorn, please, okay? I can still farm him down here, though, with the Mudshot, which is gonna be nice, as we're still gonna have some energy now at least, which allows us to get to some moves against the Wishcast and at least get a one shield back, and we are switch advantage back, so maybe actually Swampert is the best Ferrothorn counter confirmed. While one Hydro Cannon gets shielded here, we're gonna not be able to get to another one, and they swap immediately into the Melmetal. We have our Craggy Boy. Can our Craggy Boy do something here against this Melmetal? We will see. They're gonna go for the superpower. I should go for the Stone Edge, but I will not go for any move. For whatever reason, he goes for another superpower. I should go for the Stone Edge right now, and I do not do this, which kind of hurt me, because now they can still get to another move here, but we can still also get to one more Stone Edge with our Craggy Boy. And after double debuff, this thing definitely does hurt way more. They're at 1 HP in NiRiain. I hope that they cannot farm, like swap out immediately here now, as we can farm down with the Ferrothorn. This game is over. Good game to my opponent. Next up, we're gonna have Ferrothorn against Mawile. Horrible lead again. Mawile is not good to deal with this, and we can swap out and we get greeted by a Ludicolo. Thanks for this, trainer. Nice hard counter. But we can put him very, very low. Later on, I don't know if this is already one game where I know what I was doing. I don't think so. I think I used the first few games that I had because I had like the insane win streak. So like later games I didn't put in. But yeah, later on I know that you can do in this matchup, you can just go after the Stone Edge for one power whip with exactly 0 bubbles. You can perfectly farm all the way down without them getting to a second move, which is fine for us as they go into Jellicent, and this is gonna be a little bit of an awkward one now because I don't know how we're gonna be able to win this game anymore. We can go for the bait there, which worked out pretty well, but we have to basically get out of this matchup, storing some energy. They go for the Bubble Beam bait as expected. We can go for an Earthquake. Do we get the last shield from my opponent as well here, or do they let this go? They're gonna shield this up as well, which is interesting, which now means we kind of want to get out of this matchup with a lot of energy. We're gonna try to throw a swap out, but didn't work out whatsoever. We have so much debuff here, like right now it's kind of insane, and we can go into our Ferrothorn. They can go into their Mawile. Fire Fang comes through. We can go for one power rip, and we're gonna have to try to farm all the way down. Now they have 1 HP in the room. We can farm down. They go for a move. Does this KO us? It does not, and we can farm down, go for an Earthquake, and Earthquake on Swampert right now is definitely the preferred move, as it's gonna one-shot the Jellicent here. Good game to my opponent. Next up, we're gonna have Registeel against us in the lead, and we're gonna go into our Quagsire. Quagsire gonna be able to still deal pretty decent damage against it and can take the Focus Blast away better than our Swampert. And we see them swapping out into a Jellicent. We go for the Earthquake, and this Earthquake gonna do some nice damage to my opponent. And we don't get to another move here, but I think this might be just a Bubble Beam, and it was just a Bubble Beam, which is amazing, as we now can go for one Stone Edge. And this Stone Edge, of course, gonna do some nice damage, get the shield from my opponent, and we can try to get some extra energy with our Ferrothorn here. I don't know, recently, like, it feels like everybody denies, like, before, like, everybody got the moves through, and nowadays, like, everybody denies. I don't know if the code runs more efficient, that things don't deny, like, don't go through at all, even though this is even less ideal and less what they actually want to do with the game, but I don't know. It feels like I deny more people, and people deny me more often, which is kind of awkward, but we still don't have the new version, which is supposed to fix it all. Like, I don't think we're gonna get a version that actually fixes everything, but we have to see. My opponent gonna go for one Hydro Cannon here now as well, most likely. Yep, and I go for one Hydro Cannon. And I hope they're gonna let this go. They're gonna let it go. And now I have to hope that I can actually farm all the way down. And I go for one more quick move here, like for one more Hydro Cannon, get the last shield from my opponent. I have to farm down at this point of time. I'm a little bit scared that they're gonna get two more Hydro Cannons as well here. And they will not be able to do this, which means we can go for one more Earthquake. This Earthquake gonna be able to KO this Registeel here. And this is gonna be a good game to my opponent. Next up, Ferrothorn against Registeel again. We can swap out immediately into our Quagsire. We still haven't seen a single Pelipper sadly, but we see a lot of Ludicolo today because people also just want to get their sets done really quick, which I definitely can understand. As we can go now to our Ferrothorn. I don't know if I realized here already what I wanted to do. I don't think so either, because it's still like my early games with this team. I played like 10 sets with this team during the battle day. So we can go for one power whip. We're gonna let this go with... Oh yeah, I put like 3 bowels in there, which was not needed. I can just still farm down, but I only get to like a little bit more than Thunder, which is not ideal. And we see them swapping immediately into their Jellicent, expecting us to have Swampert. Because like if you have other thing, what's it called even? I forgot the name. The Upa evolution. Yeah, you know what I mean. If you have the other Pokemon, you definitely also have the Swampert because it's always as a bait. I actually forgot the name of it. I don't know the name. We can see the Jellicent here going for the Earthquake. Earthquake coming through, and we're gonna not hit it, which is good for us as we can swap out, go for one Power Whip. Do we actually still have a chance of winning this game? We can go for one Power Whip. This doesn't KO my opponent, sadly. We can go for one more Thunder. And the Quagsire, by the way, is a name. Good to know. We can go for one Thunder here. Trying to get him into a range where I can go for one Hydro Cannon to KO him, but didn't work out. We can go for 5 quick moves and go for the Earthquake. Now this is the most amount that we can build up here. And this gonna go down, and we see that Jellicent cannot even go for another move, as we can get already to another Hydro Cannon. Swampert, Shadow Swampert is right now in like even the open Great League and any meta right now completely still busted after so many years. Just because like more and more steel types are coming into the meta right now, which is like heaven for this thing. And there's like next to no grass type currently available also in the main meta that is a really good. Even like Trevenant is like the only grass type that currently is available on like usable in the open Great League, and even this thing loses, I think, against the Swampert if you have one shield up if you're Shadow version, which is kind of insane. Just by 2 Hydro Cannons, this thing already goes down. And yeah, Hydro Cannon on a Shadow Pokemon is kind of overpowered sometimes, especially with Match Shot. Hydro Cannon is just most likely the best move in the game. I guess also Leaf Blade is really good, but Leaf Blade is just like usually not like, it's the problem with like the grass typing. It's not really an attack rated type, so it's not as good as like water type here. I guess there are more things that resist grass, it feels like, at least, just because everything is based around steel types because it's the best type in the game. But I think that's gonna be a little bit of a tough one to win still, but we can actually get that smooth through. But yeah, here I actually think I would have won this game if my opponent didn't deny me the entire time, but I think also I denied him here just now, so I think it's fair, like I'm not gonna complain about it. But yeah, here again deny, which is not cool. But yeah, we would need 2 Hydro Cannons here, and we are 1 away from 2 Hydro Cannons. I actually win CMP, which I didn't know, and this is gonna be the loss here. I don't know, like, it's not everything in order either. Like, I just put in the first few, like 15 or whatever, and cut it down to like, yeah, 30 minutes in total of gameplay. So we have 15 minutes for the video, as it's always sped up by 2. As we see the Ferrothorn against the Ferrothorn here. This is the mirror that you love to see. This mirror depends on if you can get moved through, if your Ferrothorn wins CMP, all the good stuff. All the stuff that you don't really want to see, but yeah, like whoever gets the most moves through and whoever wins CMP gonna win also this matchup here. But it's at least good that we don't see this with our backline. We might have seen even the same backline on my opponent's team. I don't know yet, we have to see. It's very common that if you run the Ferrothorn, I think that you play the same Pokemon as I do in the back, because they just like add so much value to it. For the last one here, even though of course the Power Whip is way worse, need 2 moves anyway. As you see here, the Thunder doesn't KO. I can go for one more quick move, go for the Power Whip here, trying to KO this Ferrothorn. I'm gonna be able to do this, and we see the Kingdra. It's definitely not our team. Kingdra is a problem, as you can see here, and I kind of regret not building my Shadow Kingdra yet. I have a good Shadow Kingdra for Great League, but yeah, I didn't really see the meta yet. But here, we're gonna get no debuff, which is really lucky for us, which is really good for us. And we're gonna try to go for another Stone Age here, and I don't think I'm gonna get to another Stone Age in time, sadly, which means that we have to swap out here and we have to take another move and hope again for the odds that we don't get debuffed, and we don't get debuffed, which is nice. They're gonna try to catch the move on the Wishcast. One Earthquake doesn't KO Wishcast, 2 Hydrocan does do KO Wishcast here, which is nice, but at this point of time, we have to try to get to another Earthquake to KO the Kingdra, otherwise we have no chance of winning this game, but they can go for another move here, which gonna KO us. The Octazooka comes through, and we only have our Quagsire here, which sadly doesn't have enough health. You think we win with 1 HP in a dream? Quagsire is overpowered. This is also gonna be it for the video. We're gonna hit the veteran rank now, and yeah, thanks for watching. See you next video. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.